Rarity stood in shock as the crimson liquid soaked in the carpet, effectively staining it, along with her coat and any fabric nearby. The scene before her made her stomach turn. She wanted to close her eyes, walk away, and forget this nightmare. She wanted to wake up, but no matter how many times she closed her eyes and opened them, it was all the same. Blood covered everything. The scissors were still gripped tightly in Rarity's magic, blood dripping from the blades. The silence, however, did not last. As it sunk in, tears began to run down Rarity's face. As the shock wore off, her magic released, and the scissors clinked to the floor, along with her body.
Sweetie!
Rarity held Sweetiebelle in her hooves. As she cried, she thought about what had just happened moments ago.
Rarity, please!
Sweetiebelle complained, earning an annoyed look from her older sister.
I want to go so bad, and all the other Crusaders are going.
Sweetie, no means no. You know, an older pony took on a big trip like that with you, and I simply have too many orders to fill.
Rarity stated, annoyed as she slowly cut the fabric she was using to work on an evening gown for a client.
But I am a grown pony, and besides, Applejack and Rainbow Dash will be there.
Sweetiebelle said angrily, stomping her hooves towards Rarity.
I said no, sweet!
Rarity stated, turning around, not realizing how close Sweetiebelle was. When she turned around, her eyes widened as a horrific sight played out in front of her. Sweetiebelle was on the floor, gasping and gagging for air. Her eyes panicked as she looked around. She looked at her older sister. Blood was all over her coat. She held her hooves over the gash in her throat. Rarity stood in shock as Sweetiebelle took her last gargling breath. She fell silent and still. Rarity came to and realized the scissors from her magic. She held Sweetiebelle in her hooves, tears running down her face. She held Sweetiebelle's body close. Her skin felt so cold, so lifeless.
How could this have happened?
She thought.
I am so sorry. Please, open your eyes.
Her mind raced as she tried to piece together what had just happened and how to fix it. She had an idea. She quickly stood up and guided Sweetiebelle's body to the sewing table, and with her hoof, she threw everything off the table and gently laid Sweetiebelle on it. She quickly gathered up some needles and thread. She sewed up the gash in Sweetiebelle's neck. Next, she ran and brought back a dark book that Twilight had left for her a few weeks ago. The dark figures looked dreadful to Rarity. Rarity would have kept the book if she didn't hear Twilight say something about bringing the dead back to life with a spell from this book. After all, black magic was not something Rarity liked dealing with. She couldn't figure out why the purple alicorn was fascinated with something so dreadful. Quickly, Rarity used her magic to flip through the pages. Rarity stopped on the page she was looking for, and looked at her sister with tears whelping in her eyes.
No worries, sweetie. I'll get you all fixed up.
Rarity used her magic and gathered the items from the book.
Come on, sweetie. You haven't come out of that boutique in like forever.
Applebloom whined, grabbing Sweetiebelle's right hoof.
Yeah, come on, Sweetiebelle.
Scootaloo grunted, pulling Sweetiebelle's left hoof.
Girls, I can't. Rarity told me not to leave the house.
Sweetie protested. earning odd looks from the other Crusaders.
Why? And since when are y'all listening to your sister?
Applebloom gave the white unicorn filly a puzzled look before tugging harder towards the door. Rarity's words echoed through Sweetie's mind.
Stay in the house! If you leave!
Sweetiebelle's thoughts were cut short as Scootaloo pulled her arm again. Sweetiebelle's eyes widened as she felt the fresh air. She yelped. She was forcefully pulled through the door. Both Crusaders turned in confusion when their friend's hoofs suddenly went cold and she fell to the ground, silent. Something smelled horrible. As they turned, both girls screamed. Sweetie was now a corpse, stitched up like a doll, with button eyes and rotten flesh.